I'm a little bit crazy. I can be very hyperactive and energetic, but then again, there's a part of me which is very dark and twisted, and it genuinely worries people. For example, I went to the beach the other day and we were talking about the many different things that you could barbecue. So I turned around and say, you could barbecue a head. Again, I was going past a forest, another point, and they were like, oh, look at that forest. And I'm like, could hide a body there. I'm really not that terrible a person. What I like to think of it as is a good thing to have as an aspiring writer, because it means that I can think of these creative, creepy outcomes or ideas and I can shove them into characters, which basically when people will read or watch whatever it turns into, then they can look at the characters and be like, that is one nasty bastard. And it's fun writing about that stuff because, you know, if you talk about the normal banal stuff in life, I don't know, for me I need sort of that corrupt nature of things. I suppose it's like the Victorians, where basically the whole idea of talking about the gothic genre or these taboo topics like sex and homosexuality were quite shocking to a Victorian audience and something that you should really scorn. But at the same time, Victorians were so fascinated by them because of the fact that they were taboo, and it's going against sort of society's norms, and that's something that's carried across from the Victorian era to today's society, as when we're always wanting to subvert conventions and what's normal. Even though it might not be right, there is a part of us that, you know, likes to rebel and do weird crap. I think it's just intriguing when you can, you know, when it's like learning about witchcraft and learning about Satan and sort of involving those in stories, because it's dark topics which I think in real life, if that was something to happen, that would scare the bejesus out of me. But for the time being, it's a fascinating topic. It's about exploring the things you fear and looking at them on a more psychological level, and that's what I really enjoy. And I'm not that much of a creepy person, although it is fun to stare at people like smiling from a distance. So yeah, it's always fun to creep the bejesus out of people by doing weird smiles. For me, novels that are, you know, the fantasy, gothic related are sort of my favourite types of fiction, along with maybe like crime fiction, just because the chaos that unfolds within those types of novels is so far from the pressures that we have in normal society. You know, a normal society, it will be about, like, say, banking, and of course you're going to have some sort of thing within a crime novel about that, although sidetracking things what I'm not really interested in. But I love dealing with things which are almost catastrophic because it's so far from reality, and to be honest, if it did happen in reality, I would probably lose my shit. But I want to read about these sorts of dark things, these ones that are intriguing. They scare me, and because they scare me, I want to read further because I'm, I don't know, psychologically interested in it. But then again, so are a lot of other people. And I think that it can be a good thing to have, you know, sort of maybe these dark thoughts or just like odd thoughts, because it means that you can produce them in your own works, which will have future benefits. It's not like I'm going out and doing these dark things, I'm just enjoy reading about them, you know, like any academics out there that would do the same. So I think it's a good point, but I suppose maybe I'm just trying to analyse why I think the way I do, which is basically what university is doing for me. It's, however cliche it sounds, it's becoming a learning curve. It's about finding myself because, you know, that's important for teenagers of our generation.